Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this December the 30th, 2024. One more day to go, and then it will be January 2025. Well, I hope everybody had a great Monday out there so far. Everybody has a great Monday evening. I hope everybody continues to stay safe and well, and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay, in tonight's video, we're going to be taking a look at these storm systems traveling across the country. And also we're going to take a look at your local forecast. And also we're going to take a look at that winter storm potential for the central and southeastern U.S. We're going to take a look at the GFS model and also the European model in tonight's video. So hope you tune in through all the video so that way you get a chance to see what the forecast models are showing. Alright. If you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe. Also like these videos, share these videos, and let's go ahead and get the show on the road here, folks. Alright, you can see here we got one storm system over here in portions of southeast Canada. Got a cold front stretching down into the western tropical Atlantic. Nothing to write home about. There's that little feature that was swirling over here in the central tropical Atlantic and continue to push on further to the east. Still got a lot of scattered activity down in the Caribbean, also across the Central America region as well, and also down in the portion of South America also we got a little bit over in the Eastern Pacific. And then we got another storm system fixing to move into the northwestern U.S., which will come into Washington, Oregon State, California, Nevada, and Idaho region. Should be coming up on your Tuesday into Wednesday time frame. A little storm system here across from Montana all the way over toward a portion of Illinois, also Indiana. That will continue to push on it to the east. Right now we got pretty much just a zonal flow at this time. High pressure to the south, storm system running to the north. Alrighty, let's continue on. Let's take a look at your forecast for your last day of 2024. As you can see, we got some mixed precipitation, freezing rain up in Maine, down in the portion of Vermont, New Hampshire, portion of New York State. More mixed precipitation across the Great Lakes region from Toronto, Canada, toward Lake Huron, Lake Superior, northern Michigan, down in the portion of Indiana. Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, down to West Virginia, even portion of western North Carolina, Virginia, Pennsylvania, New York region. Then we got shower activity up here from eastern Maine through Rhode Island down to Delaware, D.C., Virginia, also along the outer banks of North Carolina, along the coastal areas of South Carolina, southeast Georgia, much of Florida and the Florida Keys, also in the portion of the Gulf of Mexico and the Atlantic coastal waters. And then we got a little bit of shower activity over a portion of southeast Minnesota, northern Minnesota. And then we have snow flying over a portion of Montana to Wyoming to Colorado, Idaho, and also Washington State. A little bit eastern Washington State, Oregon, and northern Nevada, and northeastern California. Then in the purple here we got Washington, Oregon State, northern California with some mixed precipitation there as well. Otherwise, expect dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area. Alright, here's a look at your Wednesday forecast, January the 1st, 2025. Alright, you can see we got some freezing rain up here in portion of Maine, mixed precipitation there as well, stretching through Massachusetts, Connecticut to Pennsylvania, to West Virginia, western North Carolina to Ohio, back to Michigan, northern Michigan, around Lake Superior. We got a few pockets of heavy snow over portions of New York State, over in the portions of western New York State and portion of northwestern Pennsylvania region as well, a little bit in Vermont. Got some snow over portion of Iowa, also Nebraska, Kansas, same over portion of Colorado, Utah, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming. And then we got mixed precipitation across Washington, Oregon, California, Nevada, and portion of Idaho as well. A little bit of shower activity over South Texas in that region. Otherwise, expect dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for January 1st, 2025. Alright, now let's move on to the current watches, warning, advisory map you're locating across the nation. Alright, as you can see here, we have some winter storm watches in effect for portions of New York State, portion of Pennsylvania, northeast of Ohio, a little bit along the West Virginia mountains, special weather statements up in Maine, wind advisories over portion of northern portions of New York State, also in the portion of West Virginia, eastern Tennessee, also in portions of the Kansas region as well. We got a lot of river flood warnings up here in portions of Tennessee to portion of Arkansas, Louisiana, East Texas, also Mississippi. dense fog advisory along the coastal areas of Florida coastline up to the Big Bend area, and also central Florida to South Florida as well, including the Florida Keys. More dense fog up here in portions of Wisconsin, Iowa, and also Minnesota, the eastern portions of North Dakota, northeast South Dakota. Hydro issues over North Dakota. Winter weather advisories up here in portions of South Dakota, back into Kansas, also Wyoming, Montana, Idaho, and portions of Washington State. Red flag warnings down here in portions of Colorado, New Mexico, Texas region, and also Oklahoma. And then we got some air quality alerts down here in areas of Arizona, Southern California. Freeze warnings and cold weather advisories for portions of West California. Avalanche warnings over portions of Utah and one county there in Montana. Winter storm warnings in portions of Wyoming and also portions of South Dakota. Special weather statements for Nebraska as well. Alrighty, we got small craft advisory, gale warning stretching from Maine all the way to the South Carolina coast. Then again from California up to Washington State. South Hawaiian Chain Island, got some small craft advisory. Central North looks good. Also we got some wind advisories over portions of the Hawaiian Chain Island. Small craft advisory and storm warnings and gale warnings around portions of Alaska, with special weather statements also along coastal areas in Alaska as well. Alright, let's move on to the European forecast model here. You can see here, this is the European. Started off at 1 a.m. January the 5th. You can see we have snow flying over portions of South Dakota, down in the portions of Kansas, also over towards Colorado region as well, and rain showers over there in portions of Washington, Oregon State, with snow showers also. Thunderstorms and showers across portions of South Kansas and Oklahoma, stretching down into portions of the Gulf of Mexico. Alright, and then the pink right there, you can see that's mixed precipitation. We're going to move a little farther in time. Let's move over to 1 p.m. January 5th. You can see it's got snow up here in portions of Kentucky all the way back over to Nebraska and Kansas. Also we got mixed precipitation in the pink there, stretching from around Missouri over toward portions of Tennessee. Then we got a line of thunderstorms and showers. This may produce some severe weather, pockets of severe thunderstorm also stretching over toward Atlanta and then maybe into portion of Alabama and Mississippi region as well coming up toward this weekend. So there could be some severe weather down here. The Storm Prediction Center outlook, what I read just a few minutes ago, saying there could be some severe weather toward the weekend time frame. So right now they're not highlighting it in their forecast yet, but we'll continue to monitor and see what happens. But I do think there will be some severe weather once again. Alright, let's move forward here in time. Let's move on over to 1 p.m. Well, let's back it up here a minute. This is 1 a.m. January 6th. You can see we got snow up here in the Ohio Valley, portions of the mid-Atlantic Northeast, mixed precipitation there in the pink. There's that line of showers and storm, maybe some severe weather once again for the Carolinas all the way down into the Florida region as well, and into the Gulf of Mexico. You can see that trailing cold front there on the European, and the yellow, maybe some heavy rain and some severe weather so around that time frame. So we'll continue to monitor this and see what happens, but let's roll out forward here, see what happens. 1 p.m. January 6th. The activity is offshore. We got snow flying still Kentucky, up into Pennsylvania, New York State, also around the New York area toward Connecticut region as well. And then let's move out a little further in time. You can see the 540 line, that is the freezing mark, stretching from central Texas all the way through southern South Carolina and then out in coastal water. Then we got 528 line just a little bit north of there. So the pretty cold air will continue to filter into the south and southeastern U.S. Alright, let's take a look at the next storm system. This is around the 9th of January. You can see we got some activity out west, also in the northeast, southwest, also in the Atlantic coastal water. The European showing some snow and mixed precipitation over portions of Texas, and also some showers and storms over the Gulf of Mexico. Let's continue to move forward here. Let's back it up here a minute. Okay, this is 7 a.m. January the 10th. As you can see, this, like I said, this is the European. I'm going to show it here. Mixed precipitation down along the Gulf Coast region from portions of Louisiana. Mississippi, Alabama, and portions of southwest Georgia getting some mixed precipitation. Rain showers in the Gulf. Got snow showers flying over here in portions of Texas, and also up in the portion of the middle portion of the country as well. So let's continue to roll this system here forward and see what happens. This is January the 11th. This is at 1 p.m. Cold air still pretty much dominating much of the central and eastern U.S. All the precipitation moving in the Gulf of Mexico and also up the eastern coast, but pretty much offshore. So expect dry weather to continue per to the European model. And we're going to go out to the last frame. This is through January 13th. This is at 1 a.m. Well, let's go ahead and run it to the end here. Let's see what we got. Alright, you can see pretty much the last day. This is January 14th, 7 a.m. You can see pretty much the cold air is retreating. Thunderstorms and showers along the Gulf Coast once again. But right now, according to the European, no snowfall yet for the Carolinas. But things can change, so we'll continue to monitor as we go. Now, let's move on to the GFS computer model run. Let's start off the same time, 1 a.m. January 5th. You can see the snow in the portions of the northwestern U.S. and also some activity in the northeast. Let's continue to move forward here. As you can see at 7 p.m. January the 5th, you can see we've got an ice storm going on down here in portions of Oklahoma and also portions of Arkansas. We got some snow flying from portions of Missouri all the way up into North and South Dakota. And then we got thunderstorms and showers across portions of East Texas down toward Louisiana. Let's continue to move forward here. You can see this is at 7 a.m. January 6th. We got a lot of snow flying from South Canada through Minnesota all the way down to northern Arkansas. As far east as portions of Kentucky, Tennessee getting a little bit of an ice storm. Then you can see we have thunderstorms and showers across Louisiana and into Mississippi during that time frame. Alright, let's roll it back here. This is at 1 p.m. See a little bit of mixed precipitation over here in portions of North Georgia, upstate South Carolina, maybe into portions of North Carolina, maybe some snow from there all the way over toward portions of Missouri, also Kentucky, all the way up into portions of Wisconsin region as well. And then you can see in that frame there, let's go one more frame, brings a little bit of mixed precipitation over here in portions of northeast Georgia, upstate South Carolina, snow north across portions of North Carolina, Virginia, and then all up into portions of Wisconsin, Michigan region, South Canada. And then we're going to continue to roll it forward. You can see the shower activity. The cold air has still not that bad cold around January the 7th, but you can see the 540 line moving into the mountain. That low pressure pulls away, and let's see if we can roll it on out here a little bit further. This is at 1 p.m. January the 8th. You can see got snow flying down here in portions of Texas, mixed precipitation there as well, and then got thunderstorms in the Gulf of Mexico. Let's continue to roll forward. This is January the 10th. As you can see, we got just shower down in the Gulf of Mexico, the 540 line down to Louisiana, portions of South Carolina, all the way up into portions of North Carolina. And then, as this frame here shows it, this is per the GFS model. 7 a.m. January the 10th. You see some snow breaking out down here in portions of Alabama and Georgia, and then pretty much a rainstorm, showers and storms over Florida. Let's move it into portions of 1 p.m. January 10th. You can see they got some snow over portions of South Carolina and also into North Carolina. Low pressure pulls away from the area and bringing some cold rain to portions of South Carolina as well, with maybe some mixed precipitation possible. Alright, let's move forward here in time. You can see that low pressure system moves away. A few lingering snow showers possible over portions of the Carolinas. And then you can see we have a 504 millibar high pressure ridge over portions of Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio region. That's some very, very cold air. And you can see the 540 line moves all the way down into central Florida during that time frame. Alright, let's move it on out a little further. You can see the air do modify a little bit later on by January 13th. Got a little bit of snow over the Ohio River Valley, and then let's continue to pull it on out to the 14th, and then you can see a little bit of shower activity starting along the Gulf Coast. Snow back in portions of North and South Dakota, also some snow in the Northeast, and then we're going to continue to go forward from there. Pretty much another cold dip in the atmosphere around the 15th of January. See that got a 522 low pressure millibar here, and then a 540 line all the way down to the Gulf Coast during that time frame. And pretty much most of the storm system stays offshore, and pretty much high pressure dominates. You can see, but you can see during that time frame we had a little bit of snow, maybe for the Carolinas, maybe around January the 10th, but that's only a small shot. But anyway, in the past couple runs, they've been showing a lot of snow for South Carolina, but it's starting to slowly back off. So it's anybody's game right now. So, but this is right now. This is what it is. What it is. So, alrighty. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe if you have not. This is a little bit longer video, so I hope everybody enjoys it. Take care. Enjoy the weather, because the only weather you got. Like these videos, share these videos, and we'll catch you back in the next one. So have a wonderful Monday evening, folks, and take care and enjoy the weather, because the only weather you got.